Referendum tomorrow. National service for Australia, compulsory service for those that qualify. Would you vote for it, yes or no? If not, why not? It was good enough for the Anzacs. Why isn't it good enough for you? Remember your family name. Make it shine. Hey team, how we going? It is Kaz from the trenches with Kaz. Question. National service, yes or no? Swipe left, swipe right. If you were to be asked right now, if you had a referendum tomorrow to vote on this, what would you say? Have you heard it before from the boomers, from the older people saying if we had national service, a lot of these problems would be solved? I've heard it a lot. As a veteran and a 24-year service member, looking back on a career, fantastic, came with warts and warts. Okay, but I'm here to give you the noticias, which is the news in Spanish, and that is, it'd be a solution to the ever-sliding social dilemmas that we're facing now, where we've never had more in the history of the world to be happy for, yet have higher depression rates than ever. Disenfranchisement from family, the inability to find a soulmate, to bond, to find a partner, love, happiness, a career, where we don't live our lives. We always wish that time would speed up, which is the last luxury. That's what time is. The last thing that you have left when everything else is gone on your dying dead bed. Time is the one thing you want back. Yet you spent your whole life trying to make it go quicker to get to the next payday, to whatever. Well, let's talk about national service. It would fix up almost all the problems, and please don't confuse it with conscription. Do not confuse it with going on operational service to defend the nation, or not to defend it, but to project force onto another country. That the regular army can do that. What you'd be in charge of is domestic situations, presence, but more importantly, it'd be opening your closet. Instead of seeing a sailor, you see a uniform that says, "Welcome to a new day," where you are sharing with other like-minded people as you cut the umbilical cord between youth and adult and have a definitive line, done. We don't have that. When do you become an adult? It's not when you turn 18. What would it give us? It would give us tools. It would give us failure. It would teach us that that is normal. It would give us the mateship, the mission-orientated focus on how to get up from adversity. It would make us cold, it would make us hot, it would teach us how to fail, it would retrain us, it would tell us we're not alone. National service would give you something to be proud of. It would make you a stakeholder in the future of the country that is girt by sea, that we tell everyone that is from overseas that it's the best country in the world, while we tell ourselves it's the worst. It doesn't make sense. Let's get rid of colour, gender, and let's make this open to everyone, to be able to extinguish the problems of your youth as you go into adulthood, where everyone gets the same opportunity. Because ladies, feminists, you don't get out of this one. You want equal rights, you're going to get them. You don't get to get on the life raft of the Titanic and then complain that the seat is uncomfortable as the men go to the bottom like yesteryear. What you're going to do is the same amount of time. But I ask you the question, what's going to happen? What age do we instigate this? Is it at 18 to 20? Some people are at school at 19. What is the age it kicks in? What is the band of time? Who is exempt? What could make you exempt? What the military service, national service would also give you is tolerance of others. Not just saying it on Facebook, actual tolerance. It would give you structure. It would give you a chance to achieve, to believe in what you do, but have actions to back it up. With reports that give you the basement of skill sets, an actual replacement of how'd you go in year 10, how'd you go in year 12. Don't give a shit about that memory game. You're probably more interested in the girl in the front row, and it had nothing to do with your IQ, and maybe you were being uninspired by teachers, okay, who have trouble getting up a set of stairs. What I want is for you to be able to clean slate as an adult, national service, go in there, do your time, 1 year, 18 months, whatever it is, tell me in comments, yes or no. If the answer is no to national service, maybe you're confused, maybe you're ignorant. Maybe it's because you'd be in that band and you're scared it's going to happen to you, but this is just Kaz asking Australians and foreigners, what do you think? 28 other countries do it. Countries have been doing it since Rome, over 2,000 years ago. It was brought in so citizens could serve, first professional armies, and it gave them some structure. It gave them the skills, the tools to be a better version of themselves. I think we should do it, and I think we should do it now. What reason could you possibly have for us not to do it? And I don't care if you just don't want to, you'd have to do it. And if you don't do it, you'd have to do an extra or double time of community service, etc. Unless you had a qualification that you were giving back to the country. There'd be no jobless. You'd all be there. You'd all do it, and then whatever comes next, so be it. But guys and gals, the alternative is that we keep sliding to the left. Socialism. No pride, no shame, nothing about living. I want you to live your life. I want you to love your life. I don't want you to look forward to the next paycheck. I want you to look forward to the next day where you catch up with your buddies. I want you to have the opportunity when your national service is over that you could stay in and serve in a uniform with pride and progress. I want you to know exactly who you are. A diagnostic as an adult that says you are either below standard, or above standard. I want you to soar, and I want you to have a simple life, but based on the knowledge that you know where you fit in, and also those around you. Everyone would suddenly have something to talk about. They'd all have stories they could go back to. There'd be a reason to communicate. It'd get rid of all of the excuses for things we have in this life. The best small country in the world did skirt by sea. I'd say duty first here, and I'd let you know that I reckon you'd love it. Maybe not at first, but being hungry, being cold, being hot, okay, it's all character building. And believe me, it forges something fantastic. To be great, you have to be prepared to do something different in Australia. I'd love it if the politicians were watching this right now, because this is a solution. What is the alternative solution? Is it going to be cancel culture? Is it going to be the disenfranchisement between the parents, grandparents and youth? Is it going to be further downfall to the bonding of people, men and women? Is it going to be that our population continues to fall, that has to be replaced with immigration to cook the books and make it look like we're still being prosperous? When in actual fact, in many ways, we're way too tired, way too young. This is a fantastic country, it's worth fighting for. And the last question to you for comments below. If Australia was actually in danger, would you enlist voluntarily, or would you wait for the conscription? Would you wait for someone else to come and say, no, you don't have a choice? Because if you wouldn't defend the nation, if you wouldn't put the uniform on, should you be allowed to vote? Yeah, that's what I reckon, because that means you wouldn't protect your family. You don't have to believe in war. War sucks. But you do have to believe in going to a scream in the night and saying, hey, not on my watch. That's all I've got to say. That's Kaz from the Trenches with Kaz. Look forward to your coffee tomorrow. Have a good time. Sorry it went for so long. Comments below. Subscribe. See ya.